This pocket knife was in my $3 toolbox haul. It is a Camp King, and it's horrendous. Look at that. Look at that. I remember when I pulled this out of that toolbox, I thought to myself, this is a perfect candidate to see what Evapo-Rust can do. Before I go ahead and soak it in the Evapo-Rust, I think I'm going to take my Dremel and a wire wheel and just work off the worst of the rust that I can see and touch here and on the bottom here, maybe on the ring too. And then maybe I'll give it a bath in some soapy water and try to, I think this is mostly powder, just try to, yeah, see? I'll just give it a bath in some soapy water and try to knock off some of this powder. And then we'll put it in the Evapo-Rust. Okay, so here it is after I quickly knocked off the worst of the rust that I could see with the wire wheel. Now I got some soapy water and a toothbrush. I'll just get the rest of this off. I figure by washing it like this and also doing the wire wheel with the Dremel, give the Evapo-Rust the best chance to really penetrate and see if it can unfreeze these blades. That's what I really need the Evapo-Rust to do, is sort of unfreeze this whole thing. So try to give it the best chance for success. Into the soup. Okay, it's been about 12 hours. Let's see what we got. What do you think? You think I'm going to get a blade out? Oh, that wasn't that bad. You can read the name on it. Does that say Imperial? Let's try another one. Let's try this one. Oh, that one was a little tight. So far so good. Try this one. I don't know if I can, let me try this one. That one came out too. Alright, let's try this last one. Maybe if I take a screwdriver and pry it. Try that. There you go, that moved pretty easy actually. That's not too bad. That one's still got a lot of stuff in it. Look at all that. See if we can see the inside. Ooh, yeah. I think what I'm going to do is open it up like this and put it back in the Evapo-Rust, opened up. That way the Evapo-Rust can really get in there and do a little work. Alright, it's been about 6 hours. The inside looks a lot cleaner. Oh, the blades move nice and easy now. They just snap right in. Yeah, it's got good snap. I mean, other than the rust, I don't think this pocket knife has that many miles on it. Looks like the Evaporust kind of reacted with the plating a little bit, turned it gold. We'll see if that buffs out. But alright, I guess my plan now is take and rinse this really good, and after I rinse it, I'm going to coat it with WD-40 and let that sort of soak, and then we'll go after cleaning it up some more. I took a few minutes with some Scotch-Brite and removed that gray film that the Evaporust likes to leave on high carbon steel. Now you can really see what the corrosion did to the blades. Look how deep that pitting is. You almost see a line there where the corrosion was worse on one side. In their day, these were low-cost economy pocket knives. What looks like bolsters and what looks like rivets, they're fake. What's been done here is this whole part is held onto the knife by that bent metal tab right there. So all this is like a hubcap. It just clips to the chassis of the knife. Same thing with the other side. You can see the clips. I'm hoping you can see the clips right there. You just have to unbend that metal. Now, because this thing was as corroded as it was, I was a little bit worried about bending those tabs. But the more I look at them, the more I think I can bend them. So I'd really like to get these hubcap pieces off and clean underneath. I like to use a small jeweler's screwdriver and get under the tab and just carefully bend it up. See how that tab's bent up? If I work it up a little bit more, I should be able to get this one side off. I took off the lanyard ring and I have that tab bent up, so it should just pop. Yeah, pop right off, see? And it just comes unhooked on the other side. Yeah, see? That's pretty nasty. I'm glad I took it off. I'm going to clean all that up. The back of this looks like it was plated and survived pretty well. And then you can see that this black, instead of being paint, it's like a piece of mylar or some kind of plastic that's just bent over. Looks like the plating saved these. They both look decent. I'm glad I took it apart. That chassis is kind of rough. I used my Dremel and a wire wheel to clean this up. It's pitted, but it's clean. No one's ever going to see this part of the knife. These are the 3 actual rivets that hold the knife together. I have no plans on removing those. I started off with a 120 grit belt on the blades. Then I moved on to the coarse conditioning belt. Then I went to the medium conditioning belt. When I got to this belt, I also did the bolsters. And then I finished everything up with the fine blue conditioning belt. I mean, we still have pitting, but I think they look a lot better. You can almost see yourself in the blade, but like I said, there's no getting rid of the pitting. It's just too deep. we're just going to go ahead and say that gives the whole thing some character. We'll call those character marks. Yeah. But, you know, stuff is shiny. Now in here, I couldn't use the belt. I'm going to try my Dremel and my sanding drums. Same thing within the hook here and the hook here. I'll try the sanding drums on that. I also didn't work on the lanyard ring yet. I may have to do that by hand. My plan was to use my smallest sanding drums to clean this hook, but my smallest sanding drum won't fit. So I have these diamond coated bits. Gonna focus? And that I'll use that to sort of smooth out in here, and that fits in there. And I can do the other side too. I can do this one too, right in there. So that's my plan on that. I think that little diamond bit did a decent job in there. Here's the other side. I think it's better than it was. I might hit it really quick with some sandpaper and a dowel stick. I mean, the blades aren't perfect, so I'm not looking for perfect in here, but I think it looks better. I ended up using sandpaper and my Scotch-Brite discs to try to get in here a little better. There's a lot of pitting, but it's smoother than it was. I used the sandpaper and the Scotch-Brite discs to also clean up this lanyard ring. Came out okay. Alright, can you see inside there? The Evapo-Rust did a nice job. I'm just going to take some medium steel wool and a popsicle stick that I kind of ground down, and just sort of work it in all the grooves. I think the inside's cleaned up pretty good. Before I put the sides back on, I'm just going to put a little bit of oil here. Not go crazy. I don't want it dripping out of the knife. Maybe I'll take a rag, kind of just blot that in. Just a thin film to add some corrosion protection underneath the hubcap sides. Let me take you back to what this pocket knife looked like when I found it near the bottom of that $3 toolbox. So what do you think? The Evapo-Rust did a great job freeing up the blades. Unfortunately, the pitting was too severe to completely remove. The main blade looks like it has never been sharpened. The accessory blades also look like they have seen little use. Chuck and I went over the whole knife with our flits. I even tried some flits on the black plastic by hand with a soft cloth. Chuck had his doubts about this one. He thought it was too far gone. I'm glad I was able to prove him wrong. Make sure to check out all of the Evaporust No Rust November 2021 entries on Instagram. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. I just spent a couple of minutes with my medium and fine grit on my Tri-Hone. These carbon steel blades are always a pleasure to sharpen. Check this thing out. Alright? That's sharp.